What's up, family? What's going on? How y'all doing, man? Hope you all had a great day yesterday, man. Man, football tore a lining out of motherfuckers' ass yesterday. All of those underdogs. Wow, man, that was crazy, man. That was really, really crazy. It was crazy. Hope you all survived that. Uh, had a few bright spots in basketball, but it was negated by football. Um, like and subscribe if you like the video. Most importantly, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. For my subscribers, I will be having a giveaway soon. Um, big shout out to everybody being active in the comments. Shout out to Eric, man. Eric Brown been in the comments. He's been killing it. We've been chopping it up lately. He smashed it yesterday with the props, man. You can go back and check them out. Fact check them if you want to in the last video. So big ups to him. That's all I'm trying to do is, uh, you know, just provide as much help as I can to folks. And if you have a lien on anything, any type of lien, or you own certain plays, just go ahead and put it in the comments, man. I'm not a professional, okay? I'm not a capper, okay? I just like to build a community to help folks, you know what I'm saying? So that's it there, man. I mean, it's it's money to be made, man, against these books, you know what I'm saying? We're not going against each other, man. Conversation rule the nation. Uh, uh, that's all, that's all I could say. You know what I'm saying? I ain't asking for much or whatever. I could, we all, I feel like we all in this together. And if you, don't be discouraged if your picks ain't hitting or whatever the case may be. Something like that, it'll get better. That's why I try to come up with ways, and I try to show you all methods that I like to do to make money. You know what I'm saying? So if like I'm planning on trying to go on a streak, I'm trying to get hot on these folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. I've been doing low odds, same game parlays. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if they're plus 100, you know what I'm saying, plus 150 or plus 200. I'm trying to go on a mean streak, you know what I'm saying? And, it might not look pretty, but if you're here for props, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing. Use the alternates to your advantage. Take what you can get. If whatever a play looks kind of sketchy to you, don't even fucking play it. You know what I'm saying? Alter it to your liking. That's why these tools are put in place. Nothing is guaranteed, man. Nothing is guaranteed, but we got to get to the money. The mission is to profit and not deposit each and every time. We have 8 games. I believe it's 8. We don't have. I don't have much. We don't have much props out right now. Some of them might have 1 or 2, but I still need to get on here and voice my opinion. I think I seen maybe 2 or 3 props that I really like, and then the rest I do. I just ramble off. Let's try to make this video a little bit more quicker. We got first game on the docket. We got New York Knicks of Philadelphia 76ers over under 210. Philadelphia at home favored by 4.5. Last time these two teams played, New York Knicks won this game 112-99. This is a back-to-back for the New York Knicks. They just took one. They just took a knot upside the head from Cleveland. My boys Cleveland, they've been smashing on folks lately, man, and but not much to like right here. I from where these props at right now, I could tell you, R.J. Barrett. I don't know the game flow or how the game went. I might have to go back and check some highlights or look at popcorn machine or whatever to see what really happened that last game, and how long did or check the box scores and see what the scores was like. But Uh, you know, shit. As far as these points props, yesterday I was on RJ Barrett 16. I think his prop was at about 16. He fell for me, man. But I should have known better. Going up against that Cleveland team, not to even fuck with them. Last time these two teams played, he did not hit this prop. Fournier had 18. I think he hit about 4 threes. Joel Embiid, don't quote me on that. I don't know what he had. Julius Randle did not hit that point prop. Tobias Harris did play that game, but and as far Joel Embiid, he only had 14 points that game. So the New York Knicks, they do have they centers back healthy. Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, and Robinson. So they got a few bodies they could throw at Joel Embiid, but overall, I'm not on too much. In the absence of Tobias Harris, Seth Curry has been aggressive offensively. He's hit this prop in three out of the last 4 games, but he's hit at least 2 threes in every game, except for last game he went 0 for 3 against the Chicago. Oh, he's hit this 3-point. He's hit 2 threes in every game except for 2. Last game in Chicago, he didn't hit not 1 3. Yeah, so not too much that I'm on from this one, but I just had to blurt out a little information about this and that. So it's just we only have just a few props out. I'm gonna keep it moving. As far as this game goes, I just I don't know, man. Knicks coming off that, I want to see the status of Kemba Walker. If we can get Kemba Walker in, the guys who playing the most minutes over here for the New York Knicks is going to be Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. That spread is at 4.5 right now. If you think Kemba Walker is going to go, then well, he is going to go. I believe he is going to go. But if you like that spread, I mean, go for it, man. Like I said, New York Knicks beat them already once, 112-99. I wouldn't be mad about going against that spread. Nothing official, but I have a slight interest in that spread. Minnesota Timberwolves at Memphis Grizzlies. We don't have a total for this one. Memphis Grizzlies are favored by 5.5. Interesting thing. Well, injuries to point out here. D'Angelo Russell is questionable here, and that looks like it's just about it. So, what do we have out for this game? Do we have anything out for this game? I did have a few things I wanted to talk about. So we only got a couple players out, and we got the starting 5 out for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Keep in mind, every game D'Angelo Russell has been out, they lost. Minnesota, they lost. So they are on the road facing Memphis Grizzlies. Anything can happen. The spread is 5.5. I don't too much have a lean of D'Angelo Russell is questionable right now, but I don't have a lean as of yet in this game. So I don't have any interest. I mean, John Morant, he's a lot of these guys over here. Their points are pretty much up and down, man. They're up and down. Like John Morant, he's hit this point prop. I think 4, 5 times this year. So I mean, they're very sporadic. Each and every last one of the guys, as of late, they've been sporadic. Desmond Bane. He's somebody who I was on. I made a decent amount of change. I had to fall back off of him. I had made a decent amount of change on his point prop. in early going on this season, but it looks like they're trying to get their money back. All right. His first 6 games, he hit this point prop. All right. His first 6 games, he hit that point prop. But his last 3, well, in his last 3, he hit this point prop once. All right. So if you think he could get back on that horse, then go for it. 14 and a half. But, I just don't, I don't have too much. As far as the assist thing goes right here, Ja Morant, he's just sporadic all over the place. He's sporadic in the assist category as well. He's hit this assist prop 4 out of the 9 games that he played. You're gonna get this assist prop at plus money at 7.5. I won't be betting it, to tell you the truth. I won't be betting it, but just throwing that out there if you had any interests on that. And then as far as the rebound situation, I know Steven Adams, he can hit this point prop, in instances, but I just don't want to stress it, man. Minnesota, they do give up. The cat, you can't go in there and rebound against Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't have a lean in this game. Another thing that I want to point out, if D'Angelo Russell doesn't go, and you so happen to get Malik Beasley popping up on the books, then in the last 4 games, Malik Beasley, he's been playing very well, and he's been hitting that 3-point shot, really pretty decent from behind the arc. He went 6 for 16, 4 for 8. He had a 3 from 12, and then he had a 6 for 10. But he's hit a 3-pointer in each and every last one of his games. He is a scorer. You can see he shoots a lot of threes. Okay, so that's somebody you can look out for to see what his odds are like. Chicago Bulls and Brooklyn Nets at my Chicago Bulls. 215 over under right here. Chicago Bulls favorite, 1.5. These two teams haven't played yet. I couldn't tell you. I'd be lying if I tell you what's going to happen in this game. It's going to be wild. We only have a few props out from 4 guys from the Bulls side of things. We got Zach Levine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic. DeMar DeRozan's point prop is sitting at 23.5. He's been on fire lately. His shot attempts has been up in his last 4 games. His last 3 out of his last 4 games, he shot. He took 20 attempts. He was pretty efficient last game, but he did shoot a lot in his last 2. He shot a lot of free throws. He went 10 for 12, and that's something that you like to see. You know what I'm saying? Being aggressive, but he's hit this point prop in 4 games straight. 5 out of his last 6. So you'd imagine that he's going to be pretty aggressive. Zach Levine has hit that point prop in 4 out of his last 5 games. No, he's hit that point prop in 4 out of his last 5 games, and then that 5th game he hit it right there, 25 without the hook. So the aggressiveness, it has been there for Zach Levine all season long, especially in his last 4 games. He went, he's been averaging well over 20 shot attempts. He has a 3 in every game. So that's something to keep an eye out on. Going up against the Brooklyn Nets. It's gonna be crazy. Nikola Vucevic, his point prop is sitting at 17.5. Now he hasn't even hit. Well, no, let me take that back. He hit this point prop once this season. He had a 17-point game, but outside of that 22-point game, he hasn't. He hasn't hit that point prop. Not saying that he's not going to do it, but the usage. He's a high usage player as well. He just came from He came over from Orlando. He had his own team, man. So he's a high usage player, a volume shooter. You know what I'm saying? He can go out there and average 20 points a night or whatever. But when you got DeMar DeRozan and Zach Levine out there being shooting as much as they are as well, they just got to figure it out, man. They got to work out some kinks, man. So it is what it is. On the rebounding side of things, I mean, like I said, you already know how I roll with this DeMar DeRozan 4.5. I do like to take the over as long as he's sitting right there. But there's a lot of juice on it, So I don't know, man. It's a lot of juice on it right now. You could get the under for 4 plus money. But I wouldn't even bet that because of how long he's been hitting that. In same game parlays, I do like to jump on that 4, and I'll probably get that at minus 295. And he's hit that like every single day, man. Like really, literally, for the rebound category. Except for one game, he's just been smashing that. And so even Zach Levine. Zach Levine, he's been rebounding the ball very well as well. He's went under 4 rebounds one time this year. Okay, so that he hasn't been hitting that 4.5 as frequently as DeMar DeRozan, but he's been getting around like a solid 4. He had two games with 9 rebounds back to back, but I don't take too much into that. His minutes distribution has been way up there. He's played 38 minutes in his last 3 games, and then 34 minutes of better in almost every last game. So the minutes equal opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So in same game parlays, if you think both of these guys can get you 4 rebounds, man, then you can stack them up. Same thing with Lonzo Ball. I mean, if you stacked all 3 of those up for 4 rebounds, then you know what I'm saying, that might you could probably get plus money right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a few things to like. So but I don't have a lean in this one right now. Like I said, we only had the Bulls props out, so New Orleans at Pelicans at Dallas Mavericks. New Orleans Dallas Mavericks are favored by 9. Pretty decent point spread. We don't have anything out for these 2 games either. But New Orleans Pelicans has been getting their ass beat up on. They've been getting beat up, but anything can happen. Keeping an eye out on the injury news over here for this one. Who's in and out? You have Brandon Ingram, he's questionable, and then Master Kleber is out. Herbert Jones is questionable for this game. So I mean, it's they don't have anything out, man. I mean, we know Luka Doncic. He's a triple-double threat every night. Big shot by him to end that game over there versus Boston. But, it's like a personal thing right here. If you want to take that point prop or whatever, go ahead, be my guest. We know Tim Hardaway Jr. is capable of hitting that, but, he's very, 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 very up and down, off and on. I think Dorian Finney-Smith only hit this prop maybe twice this year. I just don't want to go there for anything. I mean, they do have a sexy 7.5 rebound prop for Luka Doncic, but you got Jonas Valanciunas down there having himself a ball in the double-double category. He's just been killing it this year. So, I mean, I just don't have too much over here for this one, man. So, let's keep it moving. Miami Heat at Denver Nuggets, 205.5 over under. Denver Nuggets have been involved in some low-scoring games. Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat are favored by 2.5 here. Uh, Player points here. We'll talk about Nicola Yokic here. 24.5. This is one of the best players that we have in the league here. Miami does tend to play some good defense, but he's just one of those good players, man. Probably one of his toughest matchups against Bam. But he's went up against guys like Rudy Gobert and stuff like that, and he gave them pretty good numbers. So I just don't have to go to that point prop. I just don't have to. We know he can't hit it, no matter who's guarding him. I just don't have to go to that point prop. Lowry had a big game last game. He had a triple-double. Lowry is somebody, he can really, barring any injuries or whatever, anything nagging him, he can really go out there and have himself a game. I rarely jump on Jimmy Butler props. He's very streaky, especially in the point category. He's pretty much off and on with this, but he's been playing well late. He's hit this prop 3 games in a row and 4 out of his last 5. You know what I'm saying? But we don't really know if I don't know if he, how aggressive he's going to need to be. Shit. So they don't have, I wanted to see Michael Porter's prop, and they don't have Michael Porter prop up there. Well, where I have some real interest at is this assist prop for Kyle Lowry. It's sitting here at the over-under is sitting at 6.5, and I sprinkled something on that already, all right? So I just, I think he's hit this prop at 5 out of 8 in his games. We know he has triple-double upside. I sprinkled something on there. That's one of my officials, but I didn't put too much on there, okay? I ain't put too much on there. I just been, I want to catch that train because I know he's gonna get hot, from the assist category. And when I jump on him, his ass don't hit. When I jump off of him, he hit. But I know, that's one of my favorite props for him. So. I have some interest in this rebound prop for Bam Adebayo. It's 8.5, but it's kind of juicy, with that 130. So if he barring any foul trouble, I think he could probably get there. I was checking out the assist category for if they pop up, if it pops up, man, Duncan Robinson, he hasn't had 2 assists in about, and I think it is like his last 5 games, he hasn't had 2 assists. So, that's something, it's been 6 games. Yep, it's been 6 games. He hasn't hit that 2 assist mark. That's been 6 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? Just a little painful prop right there, just in case you guys see it later on. Slight lean to Miami on this one. Damn near strong lean, but a slight lean to Miami in this one. Just a slight one. Atlanta Hawks at Golden State, 221.5 over under. Golden State favored by 3.5. It's a back-to-back for Golden State. Atlanta Hawks, they just gave up one on the road, a big one on the road. I just don't, they're not. I don't know what happened. They just fell the fuck off, but I know they're not a good road team. Anyway, it's still a lot to like for this game, especially in same game parlays. There's no reason where, you probably can't go in there and get you some plus 100 odds and get on up out of there, maybe some 200 and get on up out of there faithfully without keep checking the scores and all that shit. But, On the player point side, it is okay. They got a few extra guys out right now. They didn't have that many guys out there when I first looked at it last night. Shucks. What do we have here? I was most interested in this assist prop here for Trae Young. We know he has a double upside. He has enough mouths to feed over there. The pace of this game should be a decent pace. I don't mind this assist prop. He's kind of his last 6 games he's hit this prop. He's hit this prop 4 out of his last 6 games. But like I said, he has that that upside right there. That 8-point upside. So I don't mind that because you'll get it at minus 104. So that's something to look out for. Yeah. But in the points category, you got guys like Jordan Poole. His point probably sitting at 18.5. It's a possibility that he does have to be kind of aggressive. So this last 3 games, he's hit this point prop. He's pretty much off and on, but he can get really, really hot. His last game from 3, he's hit 2 of 7, 6 of 9, and 7 for 16. So Atlanta could come in and make them have to be a little bit more aggressive offensively. On the rebounding side, Clint Capella, his rebound probably set at 13.5. Man, we know he's a rebounder freak and all, but he's only hit this prop once this year. So no, he's hit it twice this year. Now they know the minutes are there for him. That's one thing they do know. If you want to temper your expectations, be my guest. You don't really too much have to reach if you don't need to, but it is looking like he's off his minutes restriction. I'll tell you that. And then you get John Collins is questionable. His point prop is sitting at 14.5. I had a tad bit interest in that one. As far as like guys like Curry or whatever, he's not even. Oh, he's up there, 29.5. It's either you do or you don't, man. That's what it is with him. Moving along to Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings. We don't have a total out for this one. Sacramento Kings are on a back-to-back. I believe they just fell to the Indiana Pacers. They ruined my same-game parlay. Just like nobody didn't want to throw any assists. It looks like everybody had got their own points. I pretty much was disappointed with that. You live and you learn. We don't have any props out for this one, but I could go. I can go back and let you know that what's his name? Deandre Aydin will be out for this one. So you're gonna see guys like stepping into the starting lineup like JaVale McGee, and then you're gonna get you're gonna get guys like Frank Kaminsky, playing minutes and stuff like that. So when you as far as the big situation, Rashawn Holmes in this spot, he's a really, really good rebounder. He just, his last game, he just had 11 and 9. He's a double candidate, on any given night. He just had 11 and 9 against Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis. But like I said, keep in mind, this is a back-to-back here. Harrison Barnes, he's been smashing his point prop. It's been coming out around 16.5, 17, something like that, maybe 17.5. I don't know if I'll be able to get there on this one. In this one, they have some games. They have some guys that match up pretty well with them. I just have to wait to see what they're going to open it up at. Chris Paul, he's averaging a double-double. He's averaging 13 and 12, man. So, he had 16 and 13 last game against Atlanta. I don't see why he can't get a double-double here, even though the last time these two teams played, he had 6, 6, and 8. So that's something to keep an eye out on. And I believe, if I am mistaken, Sacramento won this game. But so the minutes have been there for Chris Paul, man. He's been playing 35, 34, 36, 37, 30. You know what I'm saying? So, that's something, to look out for, man. That's pretty encouraging. If you at least want to try at least take a stab at him. I mean, I don't know what else. Since we don't have the prop side, I just want to dish out some type of information, but I don't know, what else to say. I mean, Devin Booker had 31 last time these two teams played. He's coming off a 38-point game. I mean, we just need to see some. We need to see some numbers, man. So, last game on the docket. We don't have anything out for this one either. This is a back-to-back for Charlotte Hornets. Los Angeles Lakers. They're favored for. They favored at 3.5 points, and I mean, injuries for this one. We know LeBron James is out. Anthony Davis is questionable from a sickness, and then PJ Washington out, and the rest of the usual suspects. This game is, man. I mean, it's either Charlotte or nothing for me. That's just about sums it up. Either I'm gonna bet on Charlotte or I'm gonna fade this game. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace, y'all.